Oh man, tell you what, from an ice fishing perspective, it is February 25th. I believe it's the last day of game fish season here in Minnesota, and it's possibly the last day I ice fish here in the metro. To be honest, it's crazy to say that. It's not even March yet. Things are getting wonky around here. Anyone that follows ice fishing knows exactly the season we've had, how it's been, how warm it's been. My kids are outside playing basketball in shorts and hoodies today. It's crazy, but some things we can't control. We all know that. I'm not going to get long-winded. A lot of you have hit me up recently about conditions here in the area. I've been getting a lot of messages, so I thought I'll put this video out there. This will probably be my last ice fishing report of the year. I'm going to chase ice north tomorrow and Tuesday and next weekend. Hopefully we can continue to follow some of this. But I'll tell you what, I've been guiding 23 years. Never have I seen a season like this with this many warm days. We always get some warm days that kind of hit you between the eyes here and there throughout the season. It feels great, right? But not like this. It's been so consistent. It's been just darn right crazy. I think a gentleman and I at work, we're looking at Clam, we're looking at the history of Minnesota. 129 years, I think they've been recording temperatures during the winter time, and this will rank number one as the warmest of all time, I believe. So, which is crazy, which is insane to think about. But hey, silver lining, I'll tell you what, the days I've been out ice fishing, it's been very warm. I was just joking yesterday with my neighbors and some friends that I think I've used gloves 3 or 4 times ice fishing this entire year, which is crazy. Otherwise, it's been no gloves, not even a lot of stocking caps some days, definitely not parkas. So if you're looking at a half glass full mentality, it's been warm out, it's been comfortable. So where are we at? I'm going to talk a little bit of fishing on what we're doing to catch our fish, but I'm going to talk about conditions. We're talking specifically here, Twin Cities metro area. Conditions are poor. I'm going to cut to the chase. There's some lakes I wouldn't even go on foot at this point. Machines are out of the question on pretty much all of our area lakes. It's going to get worse here this coming week as well. Temps tomorrow, Monday, are going to be in the mid 50s. Today, it's going to almost hit 50. Tomorrow, like I said, mid 50s. You're going to see some cooler weather come through into Tuesday and Wednesday. I know it's going to get your hopes up. I'm just being a realist here, but it's not enough to change a whole lot. And then right behind that again on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 50s, even 60s. So our ice here in the metro, in my opinion, at this point is now compromised. You might be able to find some spots you can walk out on. Please be cautious, do your due diligence. 4 or 5 inches of ice right now is not like 4 or 5 inches of ice in December when we first get it, and it's hard and it's clear and it's strong. 4 or 5 inches right now is waterlogged, it's weak. Just be careful, please. Go with a buddy, wear your float suit, have your ice picks, do any of that necessary stuff, because we're not used to this. This isn't something we're used to. Laid ice, we have 18 inches of it. It's soft, it's honeycomb, but there's 18 inches of it. It can support a little more than you think. 4 or 5 inches of compromised ice does not support a whole lot. So there's my dad preach. Be careful. The area ice is tough. Now, as you go further north and get towards, let's say, Brainerd, Garrison, Alexandria, Otter Tail, Detroit Lakes, Leech Lake, Bemidji, Red Lake, ice conditions are better, but I would still encourage you to call around. I am hearing of accesses shot even as far north as Alexandria area, even some accesses in Detroit Lakes. I'm hearing of, oh yeah, they're busted up. You can't get out now. You got to go on foot. Wheelers aren't an option. So call ahead, do your due diligence. Those are things you really want to take into consideration right now. That would be my best piece of advice. So crazy year. It is what it is. Here's the deal. These fish are being somewhat protected. So if we're looking at the positives in seasons like this, lack of pressure on these fish, we're going to see better fishing in years to come. We're going to have a really good ice season next year. I'm hopeful of that, and fishing's going to be phenomenal. So we have some of these poor years. It is frustrating. I know every one of you wanted to get out and ice fish as much as you possibly could. You probably didn't this year, but take into account that the pressure on these fish was minimal, which means in future years, when we can get out and we have normal ice fishing seasons, the bite should be pretty darn good. So that's where my thought process goes. So how are we catching some of our fish right now? What have I been doing this last week? I've been really active. These fish are moving, they're fast, they're hungry. We did get some snow, which was kind of nice. We had some snow cover for half the week, and then it melted later on in the week, and it's back to as we know, no snow. So I was chasing fish fast. I was chasing fish quick. I did put a little video out the other day about a tale of two stories on the crappies and the bluegills. I'm finding both fish on the same spots right now. Everything's kind of congregating. The crappies want it fast. They want to choke something. I'm putting a 16th ounce Pinhead Pro in front of their face. Putting a number 8 hook, drop XL, larger plastic in their face. 3-pound test line. I'm using the noodle rods. I love these. 34-inch straight drop, 34-inch katana. I'm using 3-pound test frost ice mono. And away we go. Fast, quick, efficient. The crappies are anywhere from a couple feet off the bottom to you can't even mark them on your Vexler. They're so close to the ice. So I'm fishing the entire water column. I can get down quick. I can intercept these fish. I'm using forward-facing sonar to find the schools. Then I grab my Vexler and I go to work. That's been my crappie approach. The bluegills are kind of in the same spots it's been like the last week. They don't want what I just showed you. They're a little more lethargic. They do come in hot, but then they want to just kind of take that offering. So I have switched over to a number 12 drop kick, small presentation, 2-pound test line. I'm using a schoolie setup. I know the tournament scene loves these. They work extremely well. They're very efficient. This setup weighs almost nothing. It's like a conductor's wand. This is the Griff Chronicle from Thorn Brothers. It's a small little rod. It's just a sensitive spring bobber, down bite, up bite, hook set, and I got a lot of control with this. And it's amazing what these schoolies will handle. They got you can hear that. Kind of fun. People know you're fishing them. My buddy Stu at Ace Custom Rods makes these little paddles, a little bigger. I can grab onto it and really crank down on these fish. So I've been using this setup for bluegills, kind of getting over the top of the fish, paying a little more closer attention to every single nuance and bite, and away we go. I've been tipping this with a silky. I've been tipping it with a plastic. I've even been using some maggots depending on the mood of the fish. So that's been my go-to bluegill setup lately, to be honest. I've caught a pile of fish on this right here. It works really well. It's a whole lot of fun to fish. If you follow the tournament scene, if you follow the UPL, MN Made, those guys and gals are all using setups like that. And this happens to be the one that Adam Griffith from the Crappie Chronicles designed with Thorn Brothers. Got my hands on one around Christmas time. Phenomenal rod. Works very, very well. I think that setup, that technique, that concept of fishing is something some anglers overlook. Outside of the tournament scene, you really shouldn't. It works wonders. So that's been kind of our approach and how we're catching fish. But rule of thumb going forward this week, anywhere in our area, proceed with caution. Please proceed with caution. Check everything. Don't take any risks. Don't take anything for granted. Don't assume. Check on your own. Otherwise, let's go north. Going north the next couple days. I will hopefully get on some fish. You'll see some stuff on social media. But like I said, I don't know if I'll put on another report or not. Maybe next weekend. We do have a UPL next weekend on Osakis. Week from today. Just caught wind literally an hour ago that the axes we want to use are shot. So back to the drawing board and what we're going to do there. Not 100% sure yet, but hey, you know what? We're used to it at this point in the season. Adapt, improvise, and change has kind of been the name of the game. So not sure if we're going to get our last event off or not. We're going to try our best. Just not sure where we're going to go yet and what's going to happen. So have fun, be out there, be safe, and hopefully if this is the end of your ice fishing season, you had a whole lot of fun, you caught some fish, and as always, thanks a ton for tuning in and listening and supporting. I appreciate all the support more than you know. Be safe out there.